Hey, welcome back. We have a knife or maybe two here in from EJWork, and right here in the pocket today is the EJWork fixed blade. That's the Gleck is the name, I think, of this model. This was the prototype, and I think he might have sent some of the production models. So he had another US-based company, Waterjet, some blades, and then he did all the grinding, heat treat, finishing, all that fun stuff. And ooh, some of the famed EJWork blade wax too. Nice, dude. Thanks for sending that. That's cool. Forgot that that was going to be in there. And let's see what we got in terms of knives here. Looks like we got two knives in the package. Get this out of the way. Let's see what we got. Nicely packaged. Ooh, it does look like a production Gleck. Super excited to compare this to the prototype. Ooh, that's a sweet handle color. I really like that. Ooh, nice and tight in there this time. That's actually tighter than the prototype. And oh man, look at that little beauty. So it's pretty close to the same. It looks like the blade is slightly more proportioned, which I like. It's a little thinner this way. I think this thing was just like a little too tall looking on the prototype. So I really like that update. It looks like the handle's a little thinner, which I also like. This thing just feels primo for EDC. You don't have the jimping, which would be a lot of extra work there. And you've got obviously different handle color in this case, but he made a few different options. Yeah, I was really impressed how tight the fitment was here. That is not going anywhere, but it's still easy to get out. That's a tough balance to strike, so that feels really nice. And let's see what the other one is. See what we got. Okay, it looks like we got another variant here. Let's see which one he sent. Ooh, the black on black. Nice. I was hoping you'd either do the black on black or the orange on black. Those are my two favorite of the colors he made. That black on black is sick. Look at that. That is nice. I want to do a quick weigh-in. Also, man, the consistency on his... This is something that gets overlooked so much. These are really nice with the ulti clips and everything. Really nice sheaths. And he's doing a very consistent finish on how that comes out of there. Let me get this one out of my pocket here. I really like that ulti clip. Big fan of that. This original prototype was a little looser, a little easier to get out, but have never had it fall out of there. It really is good. But maybe it's just even over time it loosened up a little bit. I want to do some quick weigh-ins and measurements and see what's changed from the prototype. So here's the prototype. I think this one is a G10. It looks like it could be a micarta in the blue here. So we've got 3.32 ounces there. And then let's take a look here at the production model. It's actually a little heavier. Interesting. So that could be the handle material, I suppose, if that has changed, or maybe the blade stock thickness is thicker. You can definitely see the length is a little less. So here's the same on the handles, and the length is just slightly less. So I wonder where the extra weight is coming from. It could be the grind, the handle material, if this is micarta and this is G10 or something. I can't quite tell if this one's micarta or G10. I haven't quite been able to figure that out. Might be able to go look on his website. But that's 3.6 ounces, so it's actually a little heavier. Let's see if we see a consistent. Also 3.685, really. I mean, these are custom made knives. I mean, aside from the blade being Waterjet, to have that within less than 1/10 of an ounce variant, it's pretty impressive for something that a 14-year-old or 15-year-old is making out of his garage. That's pretty amazing. So these feel awesome. Oh, that's interesting. This one actually has jimping and this one doesn't. Didn't notice that at first, so that's very interesting. So you can get these with or without jimping. So that's nice. These are just a really nice model. I'm also noticing where he did the maker's mark is different here. This one was stamped. This one is now lasered in there. It looks really clean. Interesting that he has taken the handle style for a slightly different approach. So this handle goes all the way to the front. I think that gives it a really nice feel. Probably prefer that slightly. You could do a little more of a pinch grip with it. Maybe you could still do that here, but this one feels good still feels good, but this one just looks a little more finished and a little cleaner, I think. So let's see. Again, the height of the blade looks slightly lower on these. So if you look at the thickness of this, it's definitely fatter. I guess I could try measuring it out and stuff, but let's do that. So if you look from here to here, you get like 1 3/8, about 1 3/8. And here to here, you got a little less than 1 1/4. Or I'm sorry, yeah, a little less than 1 1/4. So it's definitely a little less tall. I just like the look of it a little more than on this one. They're all awesome. These are just my favorite fixed blade right now. One of the things I've noticed about a really nice everyday user is when I do this kind of draw cut, I really want the point of my finger to feel like it continues to the blade. It makes it very natural to do whatever I'm trying to do and have a ton of control. And that's really what you get with this design. So that's awesome. I just think he's doing great work. He did just drop a couple Damascus versions of this. I happened to buy the first one I saw, and then I think one might still be on the website, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. He does have some premium versions of these. These go for, I believe, $250 plus the sheath. I think you're $285 or something like that, which for made in the USA, by hand, you know, this isn't a CNC build. He's doing these scales by hand and everything, doing the grinds by hand. Maybe not the grinds, I'm not 100% sure on that, but definitely on this one, the grind was done by hand. That's impressive. So overall, very much impressed by what he continues to do, and have to say this is just one of those kinds of brands that it's easy to get behind. I'm really excited also to check out this blade wax. I have a few of his other knives, and that one of them could really use it. That doesn't have the Cerakote on it. So I'm gonna go hit that one with a little bit of steel wool and get some of the rust off of it. And it's, you know, I live like 10 minutes from the coastline on the Pacific coast. We have a lot of salt water over here and stuff, and if you don't have it either finished or stainless or something, there's definitely some possibility of getting a little bit of pitting here and there and stuff. So like the way that he's finishing these, and this is just generally a more resistant steel that he's using on these than he did on some of those earlier knives. But yeah, that's about all for now. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.